Thug in the building. What's up, man? Michael 617, salute. Salute, Michael. Ray cut the hand out. What up, big boy? What you jacking TV? Peace, bro. Ray Zilla, 585, eyes fam. Read you, salute. RJU Jones. Lotto in the building. Brat. Rodney Butler, salute. Spartan Love. Ron Gita.
I just like the sound.
Yo. Salute. Salute. Oh, you already know that's the Spartan anthem song right there. You know what I mean? Jason Acosta, salute, bro. Hit that like button on the way in. Let your presence be known. Rock Money, salute. Let them know you up in here. The Boogie Down Bronx is up in here. Brat. Will BX 172. Ewok. What you jacking TV? Flats. Shalom Fantastic. Brat. Yeah, we in the building, Palato. Y'all already know. Shattered. Where you at, Shattered? Brat. Let's talk about it. Billy to the murder. Y'all already know. Yeah, man, we gonna have a different vibe today. Today we gonna have a different vibe. We gonna go to school for a minute. Rock Money, Kingston, Jamaica in the building. Brat. Shout out my Black Lions. Black Wall. Merry Christmas, homie. I feel that. Brat. Hey, yo, what's up? Yeah, man, today we got an interesting session, you know what I mean? Because today we gotta see where the mind is at. You know what I'm saying? So a couple of people hit my DM, and they asked me for some advice on something, right? So I asked them if I could put it on live. I'm just not gonna say their names. But they had two of them had certain situations, so what we gonna do is we gonna help them. You know what I mean? That's what Spartans do. So we gonna help them. About to go with this one. That one's getting the pain in the butt. Let me get some of this juice right here. Yeah, so I got hit in my DM today, right? And let me let y'all know what they said. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Mad love, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned, because you already know, man, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do our shout out, our minutes of shout out, man. So wherever you at, you know what I'm saying, you already know I'm putting you on the map, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I got today. So the brother, like I said, I don't do names and all that, right? So the brother wrote me this. He said, "Hey, sorry for bothering you, but I wanted to ask you a question and get advice from you because I see you be giving advice. So I haven't been with my son's mother in 6 years, and I have custody of my son since he was 2 years old because she really wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing as a mother. So over the years, we became better and more cordial, but still, her parenting skills aren't up to par. But I just accepted it because my son is with me and I'm doing everything. But recently, she became homeless, and I asked if she could stay with me. I said she can stay for 1 month. We aren't having any sexual contact or anything, but recently she asked if I could get her hair and nails done for her birthday and buy her an outfit. At first, I said yes because my son was around, and he was like, "Yes, Dad, do that for mommy." But once he went to sleep, I told her, "Hell no, I'm not doing that for you." She keeps saying she's having hard times, and for her birthday, just one, just wants one good day. Was I wrong for telling her no and not caring about her birthday? Hmm. I mean, there's like a couple of different questions in there within one. So I'm gonna break it down by, so he has a relationship with his significant other at the time. They brought a life into this world. So by them bringing the life into this world is a decision of responsibility, between the female and the male, because it took both of them to make them. She can't do it by herself, and neither can he. So now they brought a life into this world, and they decided to keep it cool because they have a child in common, right? So the wife of the girl, she goes through hard times, I guess, during their separation, and he's basically taking care of the kid while she's going through the hard times. And I guess basically he's not trying to have a relationship with her. Um, and she's basically like, because they're there together, she's lingering on to the feelings that they had from before. See, the only problem with that is you still got the child in the middle. That's the innocent party. So with the child in the middle, you gotta be you gotta be a thinker from both sides. It's the only way you're gonna solve that riddle. Meaning you gotta look at it from both sides of the of the spectrum. And when you see it from both sides of the spectrum, you got to remember what's in the middle. That's the kid. So now you got to look at it. You got to be like, all right, on her perspective, she got to at least respect the fact that at least he's taking care of the kid. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times there's a lot of dudes that would just bounce on on the female and won't take care of the kid, and he'll just do what he's doing, and it was just like whatever happened happened, and that's that. Um, which ain't always the case, though. We can't say that that's the case here. Sometimes the case is vice versa. Um, the female then did something and she messed up, so the male ends up holding the responsibility, like in this case. Um, so I say that to say you still got to keep some type of mutual respect amongst each other in order to still be able to raise the child. So that means that what brought y'all together in the essence of the relationship, y'all gotta still hold and cling on to that and that might be whatever it was that sparked it in the beginning. It doesn't mean that, or can I say 100% that the relationship is going to continue. It just means that at least the child, what he sees is that he or she still has two parents, and they have two parents, and both of them are part of that kid's life. But now, when you take the kid away from the scenario, it is between the two individuals, and right there, he has to sit down with that person, and he has to explain to that person that he's just trying to not be that foul individual that, even though he has a child with a person, if that person ain't doing what they supposed to do, he just straight turn his back on them. So at least in that part, he's honorable because he's like, yo, dude, I'm not gonna turn my back on him. You know what I'm saying? But with that comes the sparking of old feelings. You know what I'm saying? And with the sparking of old feelings, then you gotta look at what do you have going on at the time before you even decide to do that? What are you doing at that moment? You know what I'm saying? What is going on in your life at that moment that can you make that decision? Or is it going to interrupt what you're doing at that time? Because you don't probably, it looks like to me like they don't went their ways. And it didn't look like it worked out for her as it did for, you know what I'm saying? So my advice would be sit down and communicate and speak to her and say, let her know how you feel. And let her know not to put it in front of the let her know not to put it in front of the kid. You know what I mean? Don't use the child as like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see I see some comments up there and and Houston in the building, salute. And I see why people have those comments because relationships, man, nowadays is like built on non-significant things. You know what I mean? It's too much like not half-ass. And I was saying this the other day. When you half-ass about anything, you get a half-ass result. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be why, you know, you gotta be a person that's D Mons, love you too, bro. I'm saying you gotta be a person that, can excel to the adversity. And a thinker is the thinker that can think through adversity. That's an adversity right there for him. But if I were him, I would think of it from this perspective. You still got the child. So you got to do, the best you can for the child. Because if you don't do for the child, then that's when it's going to go even worse later on. For example, there's mothers that keep their kids away from their fathers. You know what I'm saying? And then have the father have to do all kinds of crazy stuff to find them. And then later on, you still don't find them or whatever or whatnot. It's just the hassle that you got to go through. All right. So now, when the mother does that, is she really a mother? She's really not a mother because she's taking the child away from the father. That's going to that child later on because her characteristics are revealed to that child as the child is growing and seeing her flaws. She can't help it. Child's always with her. By the time the child is 13, 14, 15, he don't see it all now. So he understands. You know what I'm saying? So if she takes the child away, all the child's gonna do is gonna be like, I remember when she was dead wrong about this, and she was dead wrong about that, and she did this, and she had this going on and that going on. So I'm curious. I would like to meet who my pops is. And the child's gonna seek the father out of curiosity. Yeah. Because if you hold the child away from the father, You know what I'm saying? Once the child reaches 15, 16, he ain't trying to hear, or she ain't trying to hear what you're saying. She's gonna want to know. It don't matter what you tell her. You could tell her whatever you want to tell her. You could tell her that you was a groundhog or whatever. Well, I'm curious. I want to see if my father looked like a groundhog. I would like to know. You know what I mean? That's why they have all these ancestry.com and all this other stuff. So that separation, it doesn't do nothing but it prolongs the child meeting the father. Maybe the father misses the childhood of the child if the child was growing. Yeah, but a father or a mother never loses love for their child because at the end of the day, they are the creators of that child. You know what I'm saying? So that separation is a no-no. You gotta try to keep some type of communication when it comes to the child, because the child you want the child to grow up normal. You don't want the child to grow up with animosity, because that animosity turns into anger. That anger turns into rebellious. Rebellious turns into jail, juvenile detention, fights, arguments, disrespect, and so on. It's where it comes from. We all got to be real with ourselves and know where this stuff comes from. You know what I mean? But my advice to him is, you know, um, keep a communication. Help her get if you got something going on at the time and she's in the way, but you still want to help. You can still help by, um, you know, see if there's another place you can help her be at that is not with you, so that nothing there is kindling. You know what I'm saying? Or if there's none going on, then you know what I mean? Like, you never know. Sometimes life is a reciprocal and it goes around and then things go back to normal again around. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the second time around it works better than the first time. But you don't never know until you what? You give it a shot. You try it. You know what I'm saying? So my advice is that, man. Think about the kid. Think about yourself as that kid. Think about the mother. Think about yourself as the mother. Think about yourself. Think about yourself as the father. Think three ways, right? Then now what you do is you work it like it was a mathematical equations. Do what is in the parentheses first. You know what I mean? Oh, feel you, old field trash 12. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we gotta do. And that's my advice to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta do it. You gotta work it to the best, not to the best thing as possible, where no animosity is felt, and everybody is still in conjunction with love and understanding and it's respect. You know what I mean? That's how you resolute things. So shout out to that brother, and I appreciate that brother coming at me and asking me for help. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, that's what I'm here for. That's what this is for. That's what this channel is for. You know what I'm saying? Um. So now we got the law. We got a little law situation here, y'all. Check this out. Now you got a person, right? The person was working somewhere, right? The person was working in a job. So when the person was working in a job, um, he was traveling mad hours to get to the job. Damn near 4 hours just to get to the job. 4 hours of travel time. That's like a couple of trains, a bus, and another train. Things is going good. All of a sudden, now the trains is getting messed up. You know what I'm saying? The trains is getting messed up. So it's harder for that person to get to the work at the hours that they giving them because of the train situation, knowing that he's coming from 4 hours away. You know what I'm saying? So now what happens is he lets them know, can you change my hours, right? Yeah, can you change my hours because of the train situation? They telling him, no, we're not gonna change the hours. So now he's telling them, so you expect me to be here on time, knowing that the train is messed up, and I'm telling you the hours of when I can come here. And then there's those that live right around here who can come at any hour. So you rather me be late every day because of the train situation than me be here on time and let someone that lives right around here that works here come to the job and work. That don't make no sense, does it? You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at that and I'm saying to myself, like, yo, hold up. On top of that, he was going through a situation where in the job, um, he's traveling 4 hours to get to the job. On top of that, they got him doing all kinds of heavy liquids and stuff. Like he was doing packing heavy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And with on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Packing all kinds of like, so he's only sleeping 4 or 5 hours to get to the job. Yo, that's crazy. So now they tell him, listen, man, you're coming late too much, man. Either you fix the problem or we're gonna have to part ways. And you're unable to fix the problem. So what does that mean? What does that mean? That means he's basically telling you fired. I mean, if you're telling somebody fix the problem or we're gonna have to part ways, what does that mean? It means you're telling the person he's fired. Because you can't fix the problem. You ain't the conductor. You ain't the train system, so you can't possibly fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? So now he calls, and at one time he had like 40 plus hours. He used to get 40 plus hours, right? He used to get 40 plus hours. And they, because of his latenesses, they cut him down to about 16 hours. Right? Check this out. So he has a train situation where he can't get to the job on time. He requests a change in his time so that he can. So he's willing to work. But the problem is that the hours is not in conjunction with his travel time. On top of that, they're not even considering his travel time and the less of sleep. So they got him doing the heaviest part of the job. And then on top of that, what was the third one? On top of that, hold up. Oh, on top of that, they cut his hours. So he went to a hearing, or they did a hearing or whatever with the Department of Labor, and they say that this is what they told him. They said that because he quit his job without reasonable cause, he's disqualified from getting unemployment. Check this out. So they're saying that because he quit his job, he's disqualified from unemployment. So that ain't right, yo. I tell you right now, that is not right. You heard? So I'm gonna break down the way. I'm gonna break down how he's not only going to get unemployment, but how he could put scrutiny on the way they do biased decisions, because they're not supposed to go with the word of the business. When it comes to word, the word goes with the person, the accuser. The word goes to the person that's going through the problem, not the person that's saying that person. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, facts. Sometimes you got to do an appeal. You see? But why do you got to do an appeal? That's the whole problem. Because now look, you telling me that a person has to appeal to have seen that? And you're the person that implements the law. So if a person has to appeal for that to be seen, that means the first time when they looked at it, they didn't look at it. So what does that mean? That means you got a biased and arbitrary decision, man. You got a biased and arbitrary decision, because no rightful or reasonable, how they say, no reasonable mind is going to say that a man that's traveling 4 hours to get to work is asking for a change in his hours so that he can get to work. His hours are cut down because he's asking for them to change his hours so he can get to work. It's just going to up and leave after he done been doing that for about a year. About a year. Why? So if a person is supposedly the investigator of this, they supposed to see this. Okay, was there train delays? Yep, you can see all the train delays, and you can see that person can't get to work at that time because these train delays are even forecasted. I mean, they're telling you ahead of time. And they like you, they're going through it, and you're calling. You already know you're going to go through this. So you're not calling, you're letting them know ahead of time, listen, this is going to happen. So whoever did that judgment had to be arbitrary and biased. They had to be arbitrary, they had to be biased, and they just went with the word of the business instead of the employer. You see how the slave master's mentality never ends? That's slave master mentality. That's telling you the worker's word don't mean nothing. So if the worker's telling you something and he shows you a little bit of proof, but the system is telling you something and they don't have to show you nothing, their word stands alone. What kind of judgment is that? You can't get a rightful judgment. Yeah, but he didn't quit. You heard John Jones? He didn't quit. What happened was he wasn't able to go on certain times. And when they cut his hours, then they just when they cut his hours, they just didn't put him on the schedule no more. You see what I'm saying? They didn't put him on the schedule. But beforehand, you got to remember. Right? Beforehand, you got to remember. So, if you're in a job, right? A job can never, for example, because I had to look it up to make sure. I don't want to give no bogus lies. So it says here, Section 215 of New York State labor law makes it unlawful for an employer or anyone on behalf of an employer to discharge, penalize, or in any manner discriminate or retaliate against an employee for A, making a complaint about a possible labor law violation to the Department of Labor or to anyone, exercising any rights that are protected under labor law, causing the employer to receive an adverse determination from the Department of Labor. What is retaliation? Dismissal from employment, a cut in hours, a reschedule for less desired hours. Did you hear what their law? This is their law. Their law says it is considered retaliation if you complain in the job and then these things happen. You either get dismissed from the job, you get a cut in your hours, or when they reschedule next week, they reschedule for hours that you know you can't work. That's the law right there. You know what I'm saying? What do they consider when you voluntarily quit? Right? They consider when you voluntarily quit, when you quit your job without good cause. So what they're saying is that you can't quit your job if you had good cause. Well, a voluntary quit is when you quit your job without good cause. And they consider quitting when you're a no-call, no-show and you just disappear. He didn't disappear. He was telling them beforehand. So he was already being violated before the next schedule came about. Therefore, because at those times he was already being violated according to the labor laws, he should be encompassed monetary damages for the time from when they told him he can't come to work no more up to the time when he filed for unemployment, because that's the way the law is. That is what the law says. So I typed up an appeal form, right? And I did the appeal on the section 215 of the labor law. And I explained the situation. What I did was I went to the train that he said that he took. I checked to see, because now I got to play the judge in this, because in order for me to help him, I got to be the judge and look at all that he has and then see from their eyes what they seeing and understand how they would think about it, and then come back and then show him the defense that he needs, so that the way he's seeing it gets blocked from it going any further. He gets to understand what he's saying. I mean, so the way I formulated was I went to the site, and yeah, those trains were being delayed, so there was no way for him to get there. You know what I'm saying? And there was no way for him to get there. So when he asked for a reschedule for his hours to be changed, because there was evidence there that he can't get there. You can't force someone to come to a job and they can't get there, and they're telling you this. You can't force them. So if they're telling you this, what you have to do is you got to try to work with them. They're your employer. They're employee. They're your worker. You see what I'm saying? You don't make your worker expendable. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is dismissal. If they dismiss you, all that is considered what? All that is considered retaliatory towards you telling them that you want to change your hours. They don't want to change your hours. You complaining about being in a certain hour because of all the stuff.
Someone asked how long that person was there for.
The person was there for 11 months. 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 11 So the way the law is, it says that when if you voluntarily quit without a good cause, you're not entitled to unemployment. But then they have to determine whether if you quit, and then they have to determine if you quit without a good cause or with a good cause. So they got a list of things that they consider good cause, and they got a list of things that they consider not good cause. You know what I'm saying? So everything that you see here is in relation to the laws that they have to. If you implement a law, you don't just implement the law, you enforce the law, and you have an understanding of it. But you can't use the law and use it in your own manner. It's got to be the way it's written. And what happens a lot of times is that people look at things and they become their own detective, and they try to circumvent the law according to their own feeling. And then you can't do that because that is not fair. And that's what makes arbitrary and capricious decisions. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to look at that. He's going to get his bread. I guarantee you he gets his bread within the next 3 weeks. He gets his money. Why? Because you always got to pinpoint. You see, when you're dealing with the law is like a hot potato. When it comes to offense and defense, they start throwing this hot potato until somebody holds on to it and don't let go. And the person that holds on to it and don't let go is the person that wins. You know what I'm saying? So now they're going to say, well, he had latenesses. Yeah, but he had reasons for those latenesses, and he tried to fix that problem by telling them to reschedule them. Next, well, since he was late, we had to cut his hours. How can you tell beforehand if a person is going to be late? Unless that person is telling you that he's going to be late, so you decide to cut their hours to give it to someone that's going to be on time. But when you're doing that, what are you doing? You see what I'm saying? You gotta always see the intent in things, the intent in why people do the things that they do. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the intent, reveal the intent, then you see it, you be like, oh, okay. Then you understand. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. Always when you're working and things like that, try to end with a handshake. Yeah, I know some people that do that unemployment thing too. But this person, I think this person is legit because I'm reading they stuff, and they got a legitimate reason. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen people do that too. That's old. You know what I'm saying? That they blow up the spot, and then other dudes try to come and do it, and then they like they can't do nothing. They tight because the spot is blown or all that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But the law is like that. Now another brother hit me up. So he asks me between the difference of assault and what he's saying is that they took him to the feds, and the feds are trying to use his old assaults to make him a career criminal. You know what I'm saying? And he's asking me if they can do that, and how can they do that. So what I'm telling him is this: crimes of violence in the feds is all assaults, except some degrees of the assault and the definition of it. For example, anything reckless, they're not going to use in the feds. They can't use it. It's got to be intentional. You know what I'm saying? They can't use something that's reckless. There's no mental state there. So it doesn't attribute to the laws and the feds. You know what I'm saying? So now assaults. Depending on the assault, they can use it. They can use it. Now, if it's a reckless assault, recklessly causes serious physical injury by means of a weapon or deadly instrument, no, they can't use that. If they say in furtherance in commission of, while in commission of a crime, endangers the life and injures a third party, bang, 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 no, can't use that one either. Mens rea. GGG 123 ish. Facts. Mens rea. And now, depending on the age of the case, it might not even exist in public record. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You got to remember, a lot of these documents, they go back to like stenographers and stuff like that. They go in files. And throughout the years, people change from here to there. People, go away, do other things. And I've seen it when, they can't get nothing. They can't find nothing because it doesn't exist anymore. I mean, there's always going to be something you got to watch, but it doesn't exist anymore. What you got to watch is what was the mental state of your assault? Was it reckless, intentional, depraved indifference? You know what I'm saying? And it goes on and on. There's like 18 of them. I know a couple of cases where they say that anything reckless, they cannot use. And there's certain other subdivisions on the assault that they cannot use. So the main thing you got to look at is what mens rea your assault falls under. And if it's under the mens rea that isn't attributable to the federal law, they're not going to use it. They can't use it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing you got to check. And make sure you have a mens rea. Because let me tell you something that happened that a lot of people don't remember. Back in the days when you went to court, a lot of times the judge didn't ask you to adjudicate your guilt. Meaning he didn't ask you to say, on such and such date, I did this with this to this person and dang, dang, dang. Back then, they just say, do you take the plea of assault in the first degree, bang, so help you God? And you say, yeah, and I'll sentence you to this, and there's no facts in there. You might have took the time, but you didn't adjudicate to the facts. So you got to look at those things too. John Jones. Nah, I do my lawyer thing, man, but I stay away from the felony thing, man. But that's how you know if your assaults can be used or not. You know what I'm saying? Your assaults depends on the mens rea. And you also now remember, in order for you to be a career criminal, they got to be able to have 3 of them. They got to have 3 assaults that they can use, or 2 assaults and 1 felony drug conviction, or 2 felony drug convictions and 1 assault. But it got to be 3, 2 or 1, or 1 or 2, whichever way. It's got to be 3. And then what happens is your mandatory minimum goes to 15 years, no matter what petty the case may be. So you always got to watch that. Know what I'm saying? And last but not least, another person asked me, now this is funny. She says, I've been with this, and I'm not going to say what she called him, for too long. I'm trying to get divorced from him. How can I get divorced from him without having to spend money on lawyers and go through with the hassle? If you know of a way, please let me know. Because every time I ask somebody, they telling me to go down to the municipal court, and I do not want to go through all the hassle and everything. But I would like to get rid of this. She said his name out my life. Whoa. Okay. That's actually easy. It's not hard at all. If you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself. If not, you can hit me. You can hit me in the DM. It's real easy to do a divorce motion uncontested. You just got to get the person served. Once the person is served, that person could lay down and sleep and fart or go to the courthouse. Either or. If the person doesn't appear, it's automatically annulled.
Is it the real Jack Frost?
Hmm?
Jack Frost? Is that the real Jack Frost?
Where?
Is that my line boy?
Oh, okay. Shout out Jack Frost. Is that the real Jack Frost? I need that chicken like yesterday. I don't know. I don't think that's Jack Frost. But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We'll still shout him out.
Yeah, I still shout out Jack Frost. That's my boy. Shout out Queen's Flip too. It's my boy. Yo, so that's how you got. It's easy. You could go. Do you know that you could go right on the computer, and you could go to the website of the municipal court around you, and you could go and ask for the uncontested divorce packet. Real easy. Or what you can do is go right on the computer, and on the website it gives you the forms that you need. You fill it out. You get your man or whoever, or you give it to his moms or her moms, or whoever you're serving. You give it to them. Could you get this to them, please? Have them sign it. Let me get the copy. You bring that to the court. The court date is set. The court date is set. That person don't come or come. It doesn't matter. It's done. It's uncontested. Now, if the person want to be foul when they come to court and say, hold up, time out. I don't know why they say uncontested. She got my dog. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Or that's my oven or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now it turns into a whole shenanigans. Because now it's no longer uncontested. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you watch that, man. Make sure when you need that uncontested divorce packet is right there. You just get it out the website. But I be doing them easy. I do uncontested divorce packets. I be charging a little buck, and I get people divorced real quick, easy. Because it's nothing. I'll serve them here or her here. I don't care. You know why? Because I don't do these. Person looking through the peephole. What? I don't know who that is, man. You don't know who I am? All right, here you go. Right under the door. Whoop, you been served. Bye. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. You know what I mean? Dave Johnson's crazy. How the hell you do that? But, yeah, but you already know. You know, always remember, man, that knowledge is infinite, man. We gotta stay always knowledgeable, man. Stay on point. Don't get taken for granted. Don't let nobody take you for granted. Always stay on your gully. You know what I'm saying? Always stay on your top to top. But remember, we all working people, you know? You know what I'm saying? We all working, and you know why we working? Because we want our money the easy way. We want our money where we don't have to look around nowhere. We want our money where what we doing is elevate, man. Know what I'm saying? But y'all know what time it is, right? I know y'all know what time it is. I know y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is? Hey, yo, wherever you from, I want to know where you from. Let's go.
I just like the South.
Put it up. What block you from? What country you from? What state you from? Let's go. Let's put it in the chat. Rep your set. Let's go. Let's go. Connecticut in the building. Portland in the building. The BX is in the building. Central Islip, New York is in the building. Vegas is in the building. Germany's in the building. North Philly, Rat. Oakley, Southern California is in the building. I rap, what's poppin'? My 5-star in the building. Rochester in the building. Hey, yo, Wilton Silver, hit me up. Sunset in the building. Perth Amboy in the building. Washington, D.C.'s in the building. North Philly, Badlands in the building. Dayton, Ohio. Wilmington, Delaware's in the building. Louisiana, shout out Louisiana. The Red Planet. Rochester, New York. Rat. Know what I'm saying? Brooklyn Park. Let's go. Rep your set. We in here. New Jersey's in the building. Harlem. Queens is in the building. Shout out Southside. Richmond Hill in the building. East New York. In the building. Patterson, New Jersey. You know how we do. Shout out Patterson, New Jersey. Shout out Newark, New Jersey. Perth Amboy. London. Texas in the building. East New York, Brooklyn. East New York. Pickett, Miller, Saratoga. We in here. Shepherd, Atlantic, Liberty. West Palm Beach, Florida's in the building. East St. Louis in the building. Patterson is in the building. Lenny Rivera, J Rag, P2, Baby Jesus, Matt Kenzie, Ladybug, OG Banks, Christopher Perez, Bloody Hook, Brooklyn in the building. Panama City, Clean City in the building. Southside Queens, Tuesday Brown in the building. Oil Fuel Trash 12 in the building. Louisiana, let's get it, dog. Gabe Rodriguez, I see you. Now I'm saying, another one. Another one. Let them know we here to stay. Morristown in the BX, Bethlehem, Allentown in the building. Yeah, they in here, you heard? They in here. They in here, yo. Know what I'm saying? I got one more. Know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, punch that like button, yo. Punch that like button. It's getting freaky. Hempstead in the building. What's popping? Elmira in the building. Long Island in the building. Pasadena. LA in the building. West Side. East Side. I'm gonna start doing them soon, Tuesday. Start doing them soon. Yo, anybody got any issue, anything, hit up my DM. Any ideas, anything, hit my DM. Any ideas, whatever, hit my DM. Crown Heights in the building. Ohio, OGB West in the building. Brooklyn. Nah, man. Let's go, y'all. We marching. Burn the chat up. Let's go. Burn the chat up. Matter of fact, we getting money on the internet. They're making bread on the internet. They're making bread on it. They're making bread on the internet. Talking this and that. Is he telling lies or he spitting facts? Where these dudes be coming from? I don't know. But if they want to see a G, I'm the one to show them. Man, listen. This ain't a game. One to the brain, I'ma lay a lane. I'ma say it from my perspective. Hey, y'all already know we in here. West Ohio, what's up? Let's go. Stretch them shoulders out. You know what I mean? Stretch them shoulders out. PG County, Maryland. Let's go. Stretch them shoulders out, y'all. You know what I mean? We had a hard days at work, man. Unwind. We had a hard days at work. Lakeside, Hawaii. New Jersey in the building. Hawaii. Shout out Hawaii up in here. Know what I'm saying? You see that? No, something's like, all right. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's a fact. North Vegas up in here. North Vegas up in here. DC up in here. DC up in here. They coming in. They marching. Bring them in. Where London at? I'm requesting. Where London at? Where London at? Where my London homies at, man? Lower East Side in the building.
I just like the sound.
Ah, let's talk about it. Come on. We driving right now. London in the building. Hey. That's right. Put them fires up. Put them fires up. Unwind. Loosen them shoulders up. Let's go. Atlantic City in the building. Let's go. Shout out Jack Daniels. Let's go. Let's go. You know, I got it lit already, yo. I'm in the spirit. You see? I'm in the spirit. I'm in the spirit. Now I'm saying I am in the spirit. It's not a game. Yeah.
I just like the sound.
That's right, dude. DJ Shook Bryant. Shout out DJ Shook Bryant, man. Always litty. Check out my boy DJ Shook Bryant, man. Always litty. Diablo in the building. Astoria trapping in. Uh-oh. East New Jersey. Ah! New season. Ah! That's a fact. Ooh! Brooklyn. And no. Yeah, baby. He put it up. Penn Livonia, Jersey Ave, Vermont, Wyonas, Bradford, Sutter, Killer Miller, Williams Ave, Van Stickland. Yay! Yay! already know. Come on, y'all. Unwind, yo. We in the whip. Y'all know how we do. We in the whip. I don't know. We in the whip, yo. Passaic. Shout out Passaic. Bushwick. Shout out Bushwick. Tennessee. Shout out Tennessee. Bushwick up in here. Shout out to Red Hunter. Shout out my boy Mario. Shout out Pirate. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Surge. Shout out my boy King Surge, man. Nah, man. Shout out my nigga King Blast. King Smash. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all my Billies, all my Stones. Where my rocks at? Where my apes at? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Huh? We worldwide around here, yo. We worldwide. Know what I'm saying? Everybody on one, everybody get them shoulders rolling, man. We had a long days of work, man. You know what I'm saying? This is our chill hour. This is when we chill. You know what I'm saying? We had a long days of work, man. Time to eat. Facts, Iraq, we on the gate. You know what I'm saying? We on the gate. Hey, yo, it's chow time. Where the chow at, yo? Let's go. Y'all already know how we do. Hey, yo, put the beats on that like button when you come over here. Put the beats on that like button, yo. Know what I'm saying? Put the beats on that button. Woo! Y'all already know. Shout out. I see him coming in. Salute, salute. Salute. Now they coming in. Where y'all been at, man? Y'all coming in late. I see y'all coming in late, man. Blake, Pennsylvania. New 4th Street. Uh-oh. Who's that? Who's that? Never who that. That's the Blazer. Huh? Spartans. Salute to all my Spartans. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all in the building. I ain't miss none of y'all. I see y'all. Trust me. Let's get it. Rap. Can't play the whole thing. That's how they do it. Put a little piece of it and you got to cut it. Because if not, they're going to start saying that you violated. No, I don't want that. Know what I'm saying? This is a new joint. It's a new joint. New joint I just got. I'm gonna go out with this, man. I'm gonna say, yo, we've been in here for an hour, some change. I got work to do now. But I want to say something, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Stay loyal. Of course, I'm gonna be loyal. I'm definitely gonna be loyal. So, yo, let's get this going, y'all. Let's make this the best channel there is, yo. Let's make this the best channel that there is, man. Facts, man. I Appreciate y'all, man. Stay up, stay ready. You know what I'm saying? We heavy, man. We weigh. You know what I'm saying? We weigh. Let them know. We weigh. We about something over here. You know what I mean? Can't nobody take that from us. We about something over here. We weigh. Weigh. Salute.